Hey guys, gals, my name is JohnBurgerGamer124 and we're doing something different on the channel. We're not changing up the content, don't worry, I'll still do the same thing that we're doing, like Dead Island, we're doing the and Doom and the games that we're doing, like Hotline Miami. But like I just wanted to do something different since it is like since we haven't really done something different on the channel in a while, so I just wanted to do something different throughout. And we're like looking at a game that I've played for a while, and many other people have played for different bit. Has a great concept for the game, which has one of like the coolest concept, and his public concept is from the movie 28 Days Later, one of those games. But don't worry, nothing's changing the channel. I just want to do these types of videos like a month apart, and we'll do something thingy. And we're looking at a game that's called Zombie U. So Zombie U has one of those concepts that is really good and like really great. It came out in 2013, one of the good hypes of when the PS4 was coming out and the Xbox One was coming out. By the end of by the end of the era of the PS3 and the and the Xbox era, what came out was the Wii U. Wii U was the new brand new Wii, which had like thing, which you could play the Wii games on and play like thingy. But it brought new concepts, so like it made it a lot more better than well the Wii that we had. But a it failed as a gaming console, as not having too much branded games. The greatest games are having like Mario, and the other game would be Legend of Zelda. Would probably be like one of the good games out of there. It did have some good games, but the known games didn't make it a lot more sales, and a lot of people wouldn't really go like, oh, the Wii U, and like that. They would only remember the Wii and would really go to the Wii. So we're looking at one of the games that really did make the Wii U uh, a console, which people kind of remember was that game Zombie U, which it has one of those types of it has one of those types of stories and good concepts, which was the 28 days type of concept to it. You can kind of see it similarities well. You playing the game like that and having like zombies and listening to the like the theme type of song and that it's having. It has a good concept to it. It later out came out on the PC and the PS4 and the Xbox as well. Ubisoft kind of was like, yo, best to like get something out of it and instead of putting it exclusive. But the many mechanics on the game aren't better with like aren't better on the aren't better with the consoles. Like the concept with the Wii U was pretty good. I'll show you in these types of slides why it wasn't good and that aspect like not have the Wii U type of way. So as you can see with the HUD, with the backpack of the Bob, the bug out bag in the game, I'll explain that later why it's called that. But as you can see, like when you've got this big massive HUD on it, you don't have it with the Wii U version. So you have this HUD with the gun, the medic, and like when you're sitting using when you're using it, you can't just like go like, yo, I'm gonna check out my bag because with the Wii U version, it's on the screen, so you can just look around on this big screen while you're playing the game and have no type of way of playing it in that version. But you can see like the container with if it would be like container or like way for the game, it doesn't really go like yo like with the Wii U. Wii U had a lot more cooler and it had like thingy, but like it's just like it didn't have that pizzazz with the Wii U. No, I didn't have the pizzazz with not using the Wii U because Wii U was a lot more cooler in that aspect. But I can't see why it wasn't. It's not like we can't do that. I can see why they just can't go like, oh yo, we can't do that. So like, I'm not saying to make it smaller or anything. It just shows you that it was better with the Wii U, but in the way that I'm not criticizing it being on the consoles, but I'm just saying that it has like a lot more like thing. It's like if you would bring it onto like another like on your phone or like that, and you'd go like that wise, it would be a lot more like not better than using it on the consoles. That aspect, it's not saying it's bad. It's just saying that it was pretty cool on the Wii U and like with using the screen with the Wii U, and I'll show you the bit of the with the Wii U more. As demonstrating with the Wii U that you're able to scan and like that, and able to go in your backpack with the Wii U more likely on the consoles where you're having to use your backpack. Like I'm saying, I'm not saying anything bad or anything. I'm just saying like it was a lot cooler with using the Wii U. But the Wii U U's controller kind of had a lot of drawbacks, but it was pretty cool having that mechanic, and it was just one of those great games on the Wii U that just made the Wii U pretty cool at the time. But as you can see, it just did not succeed with things, as this game could not save thing, because the game is pretty good. It's not bad, and it's not, I wouldn't say the bestest game, but I'm just saying it's pretty good for the game. But since we've been rambling on, let's talk about the game finally. So the game starts where your character is sort of scavenging for supplies as he goes out looking for food, either probably hiding somewhere before this and having probably fun. As we don't really get anything about our main character, but just mostly this is the main guy we mostly play with in all the games, and there's some surviving with. But we get the most interesting interaction is with this guy, more about the future.
Yes, you. I've got eyes on you. Follow my voice. In the tube.
And then zombies start to follow us, and then we get to a bit interaction of the zombies. As there's different variants of them. Now our first interaction of the game happens, and now we just have to bolt it as this is one aspect of fire. It's really cool. It's a similar tonic as there's not many cutscenes, but it shows you through the world of playing the game. And as you go through, as you can see, you have to rush through this game, play tutorial, and go through different aspects of the tutorial. This is the first interaction where it shows you where to go, and like that. But this is for your gameplay, your first interaction. As you've got an objective, as you can see, and you've got a flashlight in your first interactions.
It's not too far now.
And then you get the prepper talking behind this. It's a really cool concept, the way of the tutorial works, as it just shows you like, go. First it isn't like really like, yo, here's the run button, here's the look button. Go, 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 go. It's just like, run, and then you've got zombies everywhere. It just shows you how this game has this cool concept of thing, and then you get zombie. Now, since we went through the tutorial is really fast, and is, I think, one of the best mechanics of, it's like one of the best features of the game, the tutorial, as it just doesn't go through like to look up or to look down or to just find it just tells you just to run, as it's like, you already know how to do that, so you already know, now go, as it knows the demographic of the game, of playing it. I just like, yeah, you already know this stuff, now just go. And that's really cool of how the game works in that way. As we go through the story, and then we wake up. Now we wake up from the prepper telling us to get up. So you end up waking up from the prepper who wakes you up from from that film, and it says you want to, then there's it wakes you up and basically tells you where's the pit pad, and there's TV line. This is basically the safe house where you'd be at for most of the time, and throughout the story, and your workshop bench, and I'll get into all this later, but I'll just point it out to you. There it is. This is the prepper, like I said through the other slides. This is the prep pad. Basically what you use and what you picked up there. It has a small wee map, but also it is useful for indication of zombies and looking through zombies. Basically that. They don't really call them zombies, they call them blighters, but that's basically how they do it. Just to say through the thing, and then I just cut through back. But this is the kind of tutorial bit, but this is what the prepper pad is. It's a scanner that you can scan through to check for the junction boxes, and I'll get into that in a bit. So after getting the prepper pad, you go to activate the generator to check the CCTV at this point. After turning on the generator, we go to the CCTV station where we get our first mission brief.
The last person I tried to help
the cameras.
went outside without the pad, and look how that ended. But there is something else you can use. That backpack is a bug out bag. See, you need it and what's inside.
So after you get the mission brief off of the prepper, this is your safe house now, which basically is for the rest of the game. You come back here, you drop off supplies, and you go back out, and you go do missions, and you get supplies. That's basis of the game, basically, is that you go out, you get stuff, and you come back for bigger missions. But it doesn't have to be that way, but that's just how the basis of the game is. It's a pretty good basis of just going out, getting supplies and coming back. Then you've got the prepper, which he helps you along the way with the CCTVs, which you can check around the world of Zombie U. But you go back out to get the Bob, and this is the scene. This is the radar on the screen when you're getting the map, and this is your first kill in the game.
Somebody has an unspoken agreement between survivors. Because if you got infected, we don't want someone to do the same for you. Good going. A nasty business that has got to be done. Now, check that Bob. As I recall, there's a...
Like I said earlier, this is the Bob. When I said a long time ago, it has everything you need. It has a pistol always when your character is dead. It will always have a pistol. It has a med kit, bullets, and a cricket bat when you first get it. You don't get the med kit afterwards when you get your when you wake up again. But these are the bases of your weapons: a gun, the cricket bat, and a torch, which you need in the game. It is one of the most useful tools you have in the game. You can upgrade the Bob to have more storage, but this is later on in the story. But everything else, this is the main thing that you'll have for the rest of the game. Second mission brief after the Bob.
Into CCTV cameras all over
in the
London.
game.
This one's from a supermarket near you. But the more eyes you have, the better. There's more cameras at that location, so I'll walk you through hacking them.
This is what the scanner looks like in the game. I showed you earlier what it looks like, but this is what it scans. This is the second interaction you would with a zombie. Combat is slow in this game, it's not fast. But it's different from the Wii U version. But it's a lot more slower than, well, other games. After checking some shelves, you go at the back and then you find the key card that you need to open the door at or near the safe house. After finding the key card, you go to the bit near the safe house where you can go and put the key card back in. You cut through a Ravens of D type of safe house type area. Not a safe house, just a bit.
and where the prepper tells you that he was part of one of the Ravens of D, and said that, well, Ron, when the new leader kicked him out and everything, but after that you cut down a little path where you get the exit. This scene right here shows you what happens when you go into a new area. After getting supplies from the Ravens of D, you can go down here to get a spread upgrade and a bit of chocolate. And here's one of the loading screens of the game. You would get these everywhere when you go into a new section.
John Dee predicted the plague and the Great Fire of London that stopped it. And he saw plague victims in his own lifetime. Even tried to find a cure, the panacea. But it's a myth. You can see as well as anyone. Use your pad to scan.
I didn't say anything about this information, what the prepper said in the area afterwards, after the loading screen. But it put up one vital thing, John Dee. John Dee in this game is everywhere with writing a book. I don't actually know if John Dee actually ever exists in the real world. I've never seen anything about John Dee, really. I think he might be, but I don't know. I'm not really. I haven't seen much history after, well, the World War, which really, that's what I taught in my history class. But it's one of the most vital things, as the prepper doesn't really like anything about the Ravens of D, but John Dee founded the Ravens of D and has but the prepper always brings him up, John Dee, as I don't know if he feels there's a connection between John Dee and himself, as this is like the vital, but I didn't say anything because I wanted everyone to see that information about the prepper talking about John Dee, as it's just one of those things in the game that you would keep hearing every time. You'll keep bringing it up, John Dee, John G, every time, just because, I don't know why, but he has some sort of connection with John Dee that he keeps bringing him up. But he's the one that notified the plague in the book, and that since the prepper was a thing. But later on you'll see what I mean about the prepper being an interesting character throughout the story, as you'll get many characters talking about the prepper, but the prepper's name isn't the prepper, it's actually, I'll tell you later when we go into the story. So I put this scene a while back through the video, but you go through this bit and then you go for another bit to get to the supermarket, but I'm just showing you where you go. But you end up scanning your first CCTV junction box, which is very useful if you're looking for items like medkits, ammo, and, well, a new weapon. But this is the second scene through the area.
Propaganda. Sometimes retreat is your best option.
These are manhole covers around the world that you take to go back to the safe house. They're everywhere to, like, if you want to keep your supplies back, and if you want to go back to, well, the safe house back there. But it's pretty useful. This is where you get the most interesting interaction afterwards. So it just lets you do it any way you want to. You can go in guns blazing, or you can strategize and run in full flare and run. Like I said, you can go about how you like through the game. Pretty much, there's some like the tutorial bit, which basically you have to run in like that, and where the prepper tells you how to do it, and you have to do it his way. But after that, you can pretty much do how you like. You can run, hide, or you can just go in guns blazing, or you can go and like stab blazing and have like your cricket bat and like that, and start like hitting them. It's quite easy sometimes for the system, but most of the time it's just easy just to throw a flare and just run in a direction and just walk away. It's just one of those points in the game that just it's pretty cool how they did that way, where you can just, because it's different choices for that action, but it doesn't have any impact on the story. You can just go and decide how you want to play it. You can play it like a scary game, haunting, running like that, where the zombies are. You can just grab a machine gun or your handgun right there, and just go bang bang, shoot them, boom, they're dead, and that's basically how most of it goes. But it's pretty cool that way. After skipping past the zombies or killing them, you go up to the supermarket and trigger the alarm.
Shit, it was rigged to the
Alert
alarm.
the
Get
zombies
inside before
slash
every fly
blighters.
different miles around comes running.
When the alarm happens, you go into the bit, but it's blocked off. You need a hammer. It's another item in the quest that you use most of the game. Sometimes, like you use mostly when using this is to remove barricades on doors. You can place barricades on doors, but you can also remove them as well. You can place them, and it's a good item to have, that hammer. And when it's early on, you get some loot off of it, but it doesn't have two secret areas for the hammer. But this is what you get after coming into the supermarket. After going through the supermarket, you get supplies. You can pick anything you want, but this is the most important bit, is to get the CCTV junction that you need for the quest.
The CCTV cameras are back online.
After escaping the supermarket, you get to see a unique zombie variant, which is a zombie that basically alive zombies, and you only see twice in the game, but there are many more zombies like this type of zombie. This quest, I think, is the most interesting mission in the game, basically, as it's normal. Go to your local shops, and well, it's supposed to be for scanning the CCTV, but also there are supplies there like food, like you can get energy drinks, you can also get an upgrade, a speed upgrade, but it's local, it's nice. But same if you're starting out this game it must be pretty hard out, because this game's pretty hard. Like, I guarantee your first playthrough you're gonna die at some point, and this could be one of the spots you die if you're not prepared for going through and seeing the horde that is awakened by the unique zombie out there. But at the same time, going to the local thing, you can get killed by two zombies, because this is the game. This is why I think this game's pretty good. I'm not gonna rate it as high, but difficulty, yeah, I'm not gonna rate it as higher than Dark Souls, but I will say that you'll still die probably at one point in the game, no matter what you're doing, no matter what playthrough you're playing, the super hard mode or just regular mode, you're gonna die at some point. But yeah, I like that point of it being of the threat, because it should be easy. It should be like if you're playing Dying Light, go to the supermarkets thingy. I don't know, the feeling I have with playing Dying Light into this game is that when I'm playing it, I can get overpowered weapons, and also I can like basically run up roofs and be safe. I don't feel that in Zombie U. I don't feel that. I don't feel safe. I feel like at any moment when I'm playing the game, a zombie's gonna come up behind me, even if I'm in the safe house, and I'm gonna die in the game. And it's just one of those points in the game that I like, that this mission is, well, it's easy, but, well, it's not, because, the zombies are there, because it's hard, it's difficult, and like that, to have, basically, that's what I like about the game. That's why I think the game's good in that point, as no matter what you're doing, the threat is always high, it's not low. Coming back to the safe house, a horde approaches. Zombies are coming straight for your safe house, and you have to defend it. The prepper tells you to go out there and kill the zombies with the supplies that you have on you, with your cricket bat and your pistol. After killing some zombies, the prepper tells you how he feels about zombies and how
That'll teach them.
he outthinks them.
Not that they've much intelligence left, but they've got a hunter's instinct, like an animal. And that's how I think of them. Not your neighbour, your friend, your relatives. They're all dead, and those things wearing their faces are not human.
After killing the zombies, the horde, the prepper, when you get back to the safe house, the prepper suggests you should go check out Buckingham Palace. I think this is interesting because I don't know why Buckingham Palace. I mean, if you're the prepper, shouldn't you think like maybe something like the more lines of like a military base, like somewhere like nearby, or he said he's in the army, so what about if there's anything like else other places? But he wants to go to Buckingham Palace. Something about Buckingham Palace in his head. He's like, you know what? Why don't we go? Because if you think about it, Buckingham Palace during a zombie apocalypse would be hoarded by zombies. Like there'll be zombies everywhere, probably around Buckingham Palace during a zombie apocalypse. But the prepper's like, why not? Let's go to Buckingham Palace. It's fine. I guess it's for a good design, but it's not about the design. It's what the prepper says. Like in my head, it's good in that an aspect of him going like, you know what, Buckingham Palace. Let's go. Just go Buckingham Palace. That's it. And that's interesting to me that he says that. Like nowhere else. Like nowhere like a police like place to like get guns or like that to get supplies. No, he says let's go get supplies at Buckingham Palace, and that's what it says. And it's just okay. It's interesting that's all like the way that suggests it, and that's it. Is like set your mind to it, Buckingham Palace. That's it. But that's the game, and that's fine. It's not the design of the game that I'm finding. It's just the way that the prepper wants you to go to it. It's not the game like to go like, oh, you can go anywhere else. It's him, the prepper, because I know they could have done anything else, but I mean, but it's a good choice to go to Buckingham Palace because it's well England, Buckingham Palace, the king, the queen, like that, yeah, like that. But yeah, but the prepper says to go there, and it's like he wants you to go there for some reason specific. He wants something there, but he needs you. Where you have to go next, you go down to a room. If you haven't actually installed the game, that door would you would have to sit there. And now, this is the John D. information by the prepper.
Elizabeth was dead, and James I had no love for prophecies or alchemy. And he was so obsessed with black magic, he wrote a manual called Demonology, and sent his witch hunters around England to hang witches and warlocks. D had to go into hiding. Bloody idiots.
After cutting through the office area, you get to see Buckingham Palace where the prepper
Look
says
up on the roof. Someone's raised the flag upside down. That's a distress signal. Maybe they're still alive inside there.
After clearing out some zombies, you go up round the back where you get the thing that you need is a lockpick to open the door to go down the sewers. But you get one of my favourite scenes where you have to kill a horde of zombies with a giant machine gun round about the front, and you just go slaughter them all. And well, here's the gameplay. After just gunning down hordes of zombies, you go to a lockpick, but you just gun down zombies. This is why one of my favourite parts of the game. The gunning down the hordes of zombies, you go to the lockpick station at the bit over here, and you lockpick the door. This one's the first very easy one, as it only opens by one pick, and then you go for the time. Interesting what the prepper says
Lovely
here.
woman, the queen. For an ancient lizard posing as a human anyway. But I tell you, she knows the score. It's the government didn't want anyone to know about Dee's prophecy, not her match. I hope they get her away to India or something. Their climate's better for reptiles anyway.
After entering Buckingham Palace, the prepper can't get a hold of us and says fine, but we get to meet our second NPC of the game in this bit here. It's interesting, like the way, because it's a physical NPC you get to meet here. There's only another
physical NPC that you can meet in the game. Like the others you can meet, but like they're not really physical, but this is a physical NPC you can meet really in the game.
Welcome. Do make yourself at home. But please don't touch anything. This is all vital scientific work. I'll close the door behind you, just a precaution.
If this is what the Prepper was wanting in Buckingham Palace, as he says, to go here instead of, I don't know, looking at, because he does send you out in a couple of missions to go get something that you could have done early on, then go to Buckingham Palace. I'm not saying it's bad writing, but I'm saying it's the Prepper. He could have done something else, but he wants something in Buckingham Palace. He knows something, but he doesn't know yet. He can't see in Buckingham Palace. He needs you to go in there and do whatever to hack into something so he can see into Buckingham Palace for something that he needs. But the Doctor talks about John Dee's letter and that he needs one of them so that he can make some sort of cure against the blighter virus, which is fine. As these guys call them blighters, they don't call them zombies. It's called Zombie U, but no one in the actual game has ever said zombie. Like, they've all said blighters. That's the thing. If you actually look at the game and you scroll through it, and I've played it a couple of times, I've never heard zombie in the game. Only the title's called Zombie or Zombie U, but there's no, it's like The Walking Dead, but it's different. It's like, they have said Walking Dead, but they've never said zombie. Same with this. It's called Zombie, but no one has said zombie in the game. But you go look for John Dee's letter upstairs. Cutting through the elevator, you go through a secret passage where you get one of the most scariest interactions of the game. Going through the secret passageway through the bit, you realise you just get up here a bit faster than going downstairs. As there's a couple of zombies. There's this zombie, which I think, yeah, is a unique zombie, which is the spitter, which they're very annoying. These guys can like kill you if you're low health in hard mode, and they're really annoying to get through. But you go through this bit, through the area, and you've got downstairs and you've got upstairs to go through. If you go through the secret passageway, if you don't, you just go through. You can go back to the secret passageway, back all the way down. But it's just basically the same. There's some stuff here, but not a lot. And then you've got zombies here and zombies all over the place up this bit. But I see the spitter spits like that. It's quite annoying if you have low health, as they can easily just kill you when you're down low health. It's even harder in survival mode, and it's just annoying at this point. But it's but it's a unique enemy, and it brings new variety to the game, which is pretty cool and pretty nice. And they would normally have some good stuff sometimes, but sometimes they might not have anything on them. Same with like the royal zombies. I say like the royal guard zombies sometimes have carbine ammo, which is used for the carbine rifle in the game, and well, the sniper rifle too, which is the only guns that are a thing, and your second gun that you get in the game. But this bit isn't really too much.
I've just realised you probably have no idea
And then
what a mega group is.
the Doctor talks about
Top secret.
aliens of D.
That hardly matters now. It's an elite group to protect the royal family. But the outbreak caught us on the hop, and now all these poor men are used to guard the bunker. Well, I suppose you could say they're still guarding it. If only we paid more attention to Dr. D.
Going through the corner around the bit that I just paused back there. Going through that area, you got through a bit where you see the blazing fire around Buckingham Palace, around near the place where you have to go. I find it really cool to see the fire, and I think the fire was in the trailer of the game, but it looks pretty nice with the fire and everything, and it makes you use a bit of parkour to get through it, and pretty nice. But you go through this bit, and then you cut through to kill other zombies around it here, where you've got two zombies here, and you cut around a bit, they go around, and then you've got another couple more zombies, and then you get John Dee's letter for the doctor. John Dee's manuscript. After taking out some zombies and going through, you could go ahead and go through here where you can get the book of John, like one of John Dee's books across the map that you need to find for this mission. But you find one here and around here, but I won't show it right now, but you will see finding it. I said if you cut around the corner and you find a little hidden little don't know what you call it, little pike thing on the wall, you could find John Dee's letter and a secret passageway through a type of tunnelway to go around. A while ago I said you can get upgrades for the Bob. This is the first upgrade you can get. It's not bad. It's a couple. It's not a lot, but it's pretty big upgrade for getting stuff, because you would need like stuff like ammo, and you would need like med kits a lot. So it's like very easy to get one of these upgrades through the secret passage. And if you take I think a right, and then you would get to go to this pub. But this opens up back to the point of the point I said about the fire bit. But not at that bit, but a while back. But this is one of the upgrades you can get in the game. And cutting through here, you can get your third weapon, which is the crossbow, which is pretty useful for getting ammo back, as a crossbow is pretty good in a survival game or in a survival situation, as really you can take the crossbow out and the crossbow bolt out, and you can get another bolt again. But very useful third gun in the game you can get. After getting back to the doctor, you figure out that he's infected by the virus, but he's able to make some symbolization of a cure throughout, but he's still infected but with the virus throughout the game. But he orders you to go find the letters of D.
Hello.
The game.
Oh, I see you found Gesner's book. I do hope it wasn't too much trouble. Pass it through, would you?
This is why it's the most funniest area.
Now where are you going?
Get this,
Are
but
you scavenging for supplies or what? The pickings round here won't be very rich.
yeah, again, like I said, the prepper wants to find something in Buckle
Abandoned by the
Palace.
government, the so-called public servants, who all hot-footed it to Westminster and the palace instead. That lot of good it did him, eh?
as he wants something, but he comments on this area. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like common.
That's
Like,
exactly
people
why
don't
this
prepare
country's gone to shite.
for this,
People partying when they should have been prepping.
as he doesn't like this area as well. They partied instead of prepped for the blighter invasion.
Okay, maybe not everyone knows about these prophecies, but to be so blind when Armageddon is in your face, I despair.
The reason why I find this interesting is that Prepper finds himself as be someone who guides people to like help them prepare them for the future. The horde of the blighters are amongst you, and there's too many. You gotta prepare, get your supply, shotgun, machine gun, get your stuff out, crossbow, start killing the hordes as you prepare, as you are prepared for it, as you have med kits, you have guns, you have weapons, everywhere. You have all supplies, and that's the thing. He warned people probably beforehand, but no one listened. And now, since you're listening, you're his savior, you're his guide. Well, he is guiding you, and that he thinks that you think that he is the savior to you, as he helps you.
He helps you guide. He tells you that, oh, there's some zombies up ahead. There's a horde to your right. Don't go that way. Or, look, I'm going to help you. I'm going to open this door so you can get into the armory and get more weapons and like that. He's someone who believes that the people who don't prepare to people like the Ravens of D, he doesn't like them. He hates them. He finds them annoying. As he tried to help them, he wasted his time. He feels like on them, and that he's just like I said, Adi spare, which is I believe is Greek. I'm not sure what, I don't know what it means, but I'm pretty sure it means something like I don't waste my time like that. To someone who doesn't listen to him, doesn't waste his time, isn't thingy. He's someone who prepared. He's an army veteran, as he tells you, like throughout the story. But he's someone who just is like, you're not listening to him. Why should he bother listening to you? Which I don't think you should have that mindset. Like thingy. Like, yes, it's annoying, and yes, it could cost your life. But you need to think about like if you're in a survival situation, like try your hardest to help them, and maybe they'll help you back. And if they don't listen, like that aspect, then just walk away. But he doesn't. He's someone who goes like, you don't listen to me, that's it, I'm going to make your life hell. That's the prepper. He's someone who cares, but he's someone who's like, that's it, you're not listening to me, I'm not listening to you, so bye bye. That's what the prepper is like. It's cutting through after taking out a riot type of zombie. You cut through and you get to find a Ravens of D safe house, and you can open that back up to the bit you were. You found a Ravens of D safe house and thing, but you can't open it right now because you haven't unlocked the Ravens of D signal or the upgrade for it. As you scan it and there's nothing. But you cut through this area to get to a bit that you need to go. Through an area and going for the top, you have another riot zombie. You have two in this area, and then you would have not so many zombies that are still alive, but some could potentially be alive through this bit. But if you cut down, you get your next weapon, which is a double barrel shotgun, which is key for a zombie game or key for any type of like regular game, like apocalyptic type of game, like Mad Max, double barrel shotgun, and like one of these guns. Great weapon throughout the game, and you can upgrade it to be pretty good, but it's good, but ammo is scarce, but it's a good weapon. Found is pretty good.
I've just realised where you are. That's Ron Friedman's place. All you'll find in there is a soft-headed imbecile who turned the Ravens away from the truth. If you're going in, be careful. Ron Friedman is a lying sack of shite. Don't believe a word he says. He'll send you off on some wild goose chase.
Obviously, you could tell that the prepper was part of the Ravens of D, and he doesn't like Ron because you can see that Ron changed the pathway of the Ravens and made them all, I guess, think more differently on how they're doing stuff and making decisions. And John was part of it. Well, the prepper. I call him John because you end up figuring out. This isn't really a surprise, but you'll figure out later on as there's a letter, and I'll show you that letter later on. That'll prove that his name is John. But basically, the prepper, basically he was part of the Ravens, and you can tell that he doesn't like them because a new leadership happened, and he's no longer the leader anymore, and it made him angry that the decision making is different from how he did it. He's someone that, like, if it doesn't go his way, he'll be angry. That's the type of person the prepper is. Going up the elevator, you get you get to go through. You get to kill some zombies. There are some you need to watch out because you could end up getting surprised here. But this is why I think this is the most funniest scene. a basic party. The zombies all lying out, just dancing and fine. But this is an area where the zombies are docile. They don't move at all, as the sound, I guess, creates some sort of field where they're just like thing. But if you turn off the music, it will make the zombies come after you. But if you put the music on, I guess the field of like hearing and like that is like gone. So I guess their motor functions are a bit docile. But you kill them here, and they'll do nothing. They'll do nothing. They don't move at all. But if you turn off the music, they're gonna come after you. But if they're just gonna do nothing, just in this state. Heaven's a D safe house, but you get an interesting here with your third NPC character.
This is Sandra to all surviving Ravens. Nest 6, 18, 19, 22 and 34 have been raided by vultures. Situation still evolving. Ron, come in. It's Sandra. Ron, we're pulling out in less than 12 hours. Ronald Friedman, if you're ignoring me, I swear. Answer me, for God's sake, Ron!
I believe the one that's sitting, the zombie that's sitting in the chair is Ron Freeman, who has probably passed away by killing himself, as he was probably either affected or just as thing. But you get an interesting thing as you've got survivors who are trying to survive, as you've got vultures, she said there, and then you also get the thing that the doctor wanted. But you get, like I said, the vultures, which are like these type of enemy people for the Ravens of D. But it shows you a person, an actual person, part of the Ravens.
You read me. Looks like
After getting the book and killing some zombies throughout the area, the prepper tells you you should take the rubbish chute. But there's a letter from Sandra. I'm guessing before the outbreak she was gonna, by this person Sandra, as you can tell by her voice, which it is her talking about how that she is sorry to the prepper, but his name is revealed, which is John. Which I said that's why he probably has many similarities to John Dee, which he respects John Dee and like that. But Sandra saying that his letters are becoming bitter and angrier. And the reason why you've got this is because you've got a letter in which he did get one of those letters from Sandra, which he was gonna bring back again, because there's a letter in the safe house which you can find at the tunnel, where there's another cabinet which has mines like that near it, in which when you come back from the tunnel, you can find a letter of John Dee, and you can find a letter of Sandra, telling it's the talkative ones which you've got here. If you don't believe me, you can see in the game. I'm just saying, like, thing. I know, like, some people may be skeptic, but this is what the character, I believe his name is John, which is the prepper. As there's another line throughout in the game, you can hear Sandra talking about John, what she says, but the letter explaining that she is sorry and that John was locked up throughout an asylum because I believe he was talking about some things and he was wrongly accused. I don't know what happened to John Dee. I don't know newspaper. That's the thing. I'm covering the game, but I'm covering the story. I'm not covering the newspapers. So if there's anything like that, I'm sorry. I'm not covering. But there's nothing throughout the game without the newspapers that I don't know that covers saying that he never mentions that he's went to prison. He's a veteran throughout from the army, but he doesn't say or thing because he will at the same time. He should say, because he is
if he hasn't went to prison, then because he's dangerous. That's why he doesn't say, I believe, is because he doesn't want you to not trust him. You find out that he's in prison, then how are you going to trust a man that has been locked up for something? Like, like, not you, like, not us, because, well, if someone went to prison, then I would trust someone, but it's the player, the character of the player. Like, although he has free will of choices, it's not always the prepper. It's the player character choices on what he wants to do. If he wants to gather supplies, if he wants to go ahead and eat something that the prepper says that you shouldn't eat, or if he wants to, well, run into a horde of zombies where the prepper is saying, like, no, don't do that, then you can. But it's something like that shows you which I like, the hidden details of the characters of the prepper as something. That's what I like about this game, as the details of a character like the prepper, as he's kind of your voice in it, as he's throughout the story. You can hear him all until the end throughout the game, which is really interesting. I find, which is really cool about this game, is that details like that about someone, like things that you can figure out, like you could figure out his name is called John instead of the prepper. I'll probably mix up his name throughout because my mind is kind of thinking that way, but I'll probably mostly call him the prepper, but sometimes I might call him John like that because, well, his name is called John, and, well, fair. Before going down the chute, you find another upgrade, which is the baseball bat. It's a good upgrade, but it's not, like, powerful. I mean, the cricket bat is, like, powerful. Like I said with I don't know if I did save the shovel, as you can get a shovel, but it's good. Like, the shovel is probably a bit better than the cricket bat, but it's like not gonna hit him in one shot. Like, probably the cricket bat would probably take him down in 2 shots with the thing. Yeah, like even a bit more with riot zombies and like that. But it's probably only takes about two hits, and that's you can probably take down. But the cricket bat's just as simple as it's not really too right, as you can only take them down probably with 3 shots, and that's it with zombies. Probably more of the cricket bat as well. It's the cricket bat, but it's the new weapon you get. Later, what the doctor wanted, you cut through back to the area where you went to go to the button patch, but you go through a different area to get a key card, and where Sandra Bullock, the lady you heard before, says that they're trying to escape Britain to go to a safer place, and telling you there is a chopper coming, so you can go. But the prepper tells you don't do it because you shouldn't trust them. And then
you're in.
Get the key card.
Now grab whatever you can carry and stash it back at the safe house.
Get ammo, and you get C4.
Sorry for hacking your comms like this, but the Ravens of D are planning an evacuation from the Tower of London, and we need all the fighters we can get. Help us, and we'll get you out.
Like I said, Sandra tells you about the chopper, and like that, about escaping, and then you get C4.
Good old C4. Useless in combat, but there's nothing better for blasting your way out.
And the prepper tells you that, and then you get to meet. And then you see your third NPC at this point here. And your unique enemy too, the exploding zombies, which
Don't just stand there, move!
Zombies.
You're a sitting duck!
You cut through here, and you get to see Sandra, but also you cut through here through zombies, exploding zombies, explosives, and cutting them out to where you get a C4 bit, and where you can go for there to get. There's also a secret bit here to get an upgrade for your weapon, but also but there's a bit over there to cut in and away there, then get to explode an area to blast through your way, and then there you go. You need to go for a different section to the Tower of London. tells you that if you run with the
So you're running away with the
Ravens of D,
birds.
he's
Well,
not
let me
gonna
tell
like
you
it.
about the Ravens of D. D's prophecy is clear, but those bloody cowards want to cherry pick it. They admit D was right about the blight coming, but think he was wrong about who would survive. There is no saving the world. No evacuation, no cure, no respite. Only the prepared will survive. Isn't that what I've been teaching you?
That's the thing what I've been saying about the Prepper. The Prepper thinks he's some sort of person
I can tell you're not listening. Fine. But if you go through with this, I won't help you.
who can save people and like that, and that if people don't listen to him, then they're gonna die, and that they're idiots and like that. That's the thing, but you shouldn't think that way. You should just help basic people, but it doesn't. Like he says later on, he's kind of someone who kind of only helps himself, kind of. But although thinks he's some sort of thing, and there's the Tower of London, but the bridge.
This is Sandra from the Ravens of D. It's good to see you. But you'll need to clear a path to the tower. We lost our sniper on the perimeter, like so many of our soldiers since it began.
This is where you can also get a sniper rifle soon, over here. But you get your other weapon. Right there, there's the sniper
That's
rifle.
a 770,
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I used to shoot gnats up the arse with one of those.
Like I said, putting C4, you put C4 again around the Tower of London as you get the entrance as blocked off, filled with zombies and like that. You have a spitter zombie, and you would have another zombie just down at a wee barrack there. And then you go through there to get into the Tower of London, like that. But it's a bit difficult if you're not prepared through the Tower of London. Same as the end and throughout just a bit of the game, it's a bit hard playing it. Like if you're in survival mode and you die at this point, then you're gonna have to restart the game. It's a bit difficult, this game. Also, it's not so difficult, but it's pretty hard. But if you go through this bit, you've got a little section that the Ravens of D tell you about, and then you've got you get to go outside, and then you've got a hard bit to go through. But it's really difficult if you're not prepared for the game. After cutting through this bit, you get the Ravens of D. Sandra tells you that there's some messages lying around
We
the
lost so much
map.
knowledge when Dee's library at Mortlake was
That
pillaged.
if
We've
you scan
collected
it,
what remains, but
it will
none
unlock
of us
the
has
puzzle
Dee's
thing.
mind
But
to
you
make
get the
sense of it
upgrade
all.
round about this
It will
bit,
work like a black
and
light
where
now. Look for the signs.
you can get
That's Dee's sceptogram.
unlock
It
passages
symbolises
around
the
the
unity
world
of the
to
four
get
elements with
supplies
alchemy,
and
magic, and science. To us, it opens a path to secret knowledge.
and the Ravens of D have like different sections of like
Nice
code
work. Don't
that,
bother with your map. Officially, this place
that you
doesn't even
will
exist.
be able to
Just
unlock.
use the black light to find your way through. Try to warn people.
Like
Our
I, s-
best
like I
preference
said, you
risks
get an
life
upgrade
trying to get
so that you
supplies,
can
but they wouldn't listen.
around the world
They locked my
get
John up, and he was
get
never
codes
gonna
so you can unlock different areas around Ravens of D secrets. Like right there, you've got a code, but you also get up here a machine gun, an AK-47, which is pretty useful, and an automatic type of weapon. I would recommend just using it, depending on like how you want to but it's just use it throughout the game right now, because you really generally you don't necessarily need this type, because you'll unlock more in it, but you unlock more weapons like that for it, and then when you unlock you unlock this code here, that'll allow you to, it's an upgrade for the pad, so you're able to,
Symbols that D used to communicate with angels. The Ravens translated them years ago. Now you can reveal and understand them too.
like she says, that you're able to understand what
See,
they mean.
John D
So,
basically invented cryptography. He was the first
Codes.
professional spy, did you know that? Even signed his letters to Queen Elizabeth 007.
so like Ravens of D figured out how
You're almost there. Now try the
use
keypads.
John D's codes as the unlock different areas throughout the map, so like realise that they can also mean numbers throughout that type of alphabet. So you're able to use it throughout the map. See, and there you go, you're able to unlock a door. Really, there's just much of just surviving right now, as there's like just a bunch of zombies right there. Sandra will help for a bit until like some of them are dead, and then you're on your own till you get to a bit where you see an explosive zombie and just royal guard type of zombies. Then you can find random sort of like goods, because there could be a med kit, a medium, cake bar, or you can find stuff like that. But there's always machine gun ammo for the AK-47 or for a weapon later on that you get. But there's always that. But if you cut through there, then you've got a bit where you have to survive through Zondra. I'll show you that in a bit. When you get through a bit, then you've got this area where you have to survive zombies, a little horde of zombies. But it is pretty much, because it's a bit hard as you just can't survive. Making sure that you have your guns equipped and making sure that that's the helicopter on the scene while you're trying to survive. Areas of zombies coming in this bit, and you just have to fight for survival.
I'll cover for you.
You've got Sandra helping you at the background.
You've got to dance around those blighters. You can do this.
And then you've got the cutscene of the ravens attacking the chopper.
Mayday, we're going down. Fucking birds.
And Sandra swearing that
Oh God, no!
she'll help you again.
Shit! But we can still get out. We need a Coast Guard chopper or something. We are not giving up. I swear. I'll figure something out and contact you again, okay? I swear on the seal of God.
After heading back to the safe house, the prepper kindly, although doesn't tell you, he told you so through the radio that haha, it's not going to work.
Chatter on the radio sounded like a bad one. And now the ravens have fled, just like Dee foretold. Look, I know you won't believe this, but I hate to say I told you so. I understand. You want to get out, to run away and never look back, but it's not that simple. Look on the bright side. You're still here, a survivor, and I'm not going anywhere, no matter how bad it gets. But make no mistake, it will get worse. Dee said the blight will only end when a cleansing fire of black angels sweeps over the world. We all used to think he meant the ravens of Dee, bloody idiots that we were. But no, he means something much worse.
The generator needs to get repaired, needs more fuel.
Shite. You need to refuel that
It's a
generator.
generator, it needs more gas.
I think it's time you went to see Vikram.
The safe house is a pretty good idea,
Vikram
but
runs
the
the
thing
shortest
is
petrol
with the
station
safe
at the
house
top of Brick
is
Lane.
that
Him and his family live in the flat above. You can't miss it. He's shut himself in there and been trading fuel to survivors. You might have to breach his perimeter, but once you're through, just tell him the prepper sent you.
But like I'm saying, like it's a good. The safe house is pretty good, but it needs fuel constantly. It would seem, but even though the apocalypse happens, you gotta think it's not going to be easy with fuel. Fuel's going to run out like
That
in a
generator
year,
needs
so
topping up.
it's not
Time
going
to
to
get
be
some petrol.
good in a situation. But as you can go, you have to get fuel to refuel the safe house again. I know I've cut through a bag and I haven't explained a lot, but through to go into the other area that you have to go to get the fuel, if you cut around back, you can find the third bob upgrade to have more storage, around thing, you would see a jammer that's going on the that will jam your pad with some zombies and some mines. But if you cut around, if you don't go anywhere forward, but if you go forward and then you go right, and you go straight right, there should be a C4 area. You blow that up, and then you've got a spread upgrade, and you've got a bob upgrade, which is the last upgrade for the bob. And I know I cut away, but I just wanted to get to this point, because this point's a really good point. I like this area, because it seems that there's more than meets the eye to zombie, although it's not, the world isn't that much in this game. It's still pretty a lot, as you have buildings everywhere, and you've got zombies that are around still, like, in a good area, although, you go down there, if you go down there you can get a code to open up this section right here, which will allow you to get in here, but I just wanted to show off the nice area here, but, like I said, I know you cut away, but, cut some bit, but I didn't really cut too much. I just wanted to cut away some like zombie stuff and like that fighting and just going around. But I just wanted to show off like the area of this bit because it's in the daytime and it's pretty nice to see this area in the game. After killing the horde of zombie, you get to meet the man who has the fuel, Rickham, I think his name is, which the prepper examined, but he wants you to get something for him.
Please, come in. You're safe here. Do you bring news? You've been gone so long. No. Don't cry. It's not your fault, son. Who are you? Where's my son?
Dad? Can you come up, please?
I'm coming, child. I'm coming. Now, be a good boy. Help your mother. Be quick. She needs those antibiotics. Don't forget your key. You have nothing to fear.
After that, he sounds a bit nuts about the zombie affliction, as he tells you to go get antibiotics, but the prepper tells you the place where to
Where's
go
the fuel?
to get antibiotics.
Is he serious? Fuel for antibiotics? Oh, Christ, he's sending you to die.
As you can see, the prepper doesn't like this idea of getting antibiotics, as he doesn't seem to like the idea at all. Cutting back, you go through a gate which was locked beforehand, as you couldn't open it, but now you're able to, as the guy Rickham gives you something, I guess, through the cutscene like that, and then
Yeah, that nursery doesn't look like an ominous death trap at all, does it?
I think this
It's not
scene
too
looks
late
pretty
just to
good.
storm the petrol station, you know.
It looks
Fair
pretty
enough,
nice.
then. It's your funeral.
Like with the bridge and the buildings like that, it looks really nice with that.
It's jammed. Not my problem. What do you want with that door anyway? Weren't you on your way to die?
I find that interesting too, what the purpose is, as basically some doors not willing to open, but maybe those doors will help you survive, but he's just not having it, so he's like not trusting you anymore. He's just like, nah, you want it, do it yourself, and like that kind of way, as you betrayed him, and that wise, as you went out to, with the birds of D. The Ravens of D, that's it. But, yeah, I find this area quite nice, because the buildings are like that. As that's what I like about this game, it has something that feel like more's happened in the background, but actually, yeah, you can't tell as well. It's all blocked off. Oh, poor dog. I haven't seen that. I didn't see that. Yeah. Didn't know that was there in the game. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that yet. Yeah. But this game is like I like that. I like it. It has more of the buildings and so they didn't have to do it, but they just added it for like that effect, which is pretty cool if you think about it. But this is the nursery, which is one the scariest places in the game. By far, many people have said that. I checked videos and like that, and well, it's pretty spooky for what's inside the nursery, as it's pretty scary. You go through the nursery and you open the door and you get a jump scare.
I saw them get overrun on the CCTV. The staff.
This scene right here is the jump scare is. As you try to open the door. But yeah, I think this is the spookiest scene. I don't really find it scary, as I've played it a couple of times and really the jump scares are but still, it's probably one of those things where it's kind of stressful and where you're going and like that, and where you have to go. And it's just one of those bits that is just like, oh, and like that, and you have to, and you just have to deal with it, and it's one of those bits that is spooky. After going downstairs and checking, there's 3 ways you can go.
Card for that kind of door.
There's a key card
Already.
near a thing, but if you find it there, it's next to the room. But going downstairs, you find the pills and key card door, and after that, a cutscene happens and you trip through the floorboards, and you see a lot of people dead, filled with stuff, and it's full of like guts and like that all over the floor. Not everyone dead, like that. And then now you've got one a unique thing happening with your pad and your map, as you can see in a second. As everything goes
I'm
all
losing you.
has it. The only thing working is your flashlight and your weapons that you have. Your pad doesn't work and your map doesn't work, as is all glitched out, like those things. A signal thing. I said that early on. It's like a spinny sort signal thing that happens basically, and it's like but filled with zombies. But you end up finding out this place has a secret, as you find this unique zombie. I don't know what makes it so why it can do this, but it can phase out of reality, I'm guessing. I do not know. This is like one of the zombies that I don't know. It just doesn't make sense on what its power is. It's spooky as hell, and you only get to see them again one more time. 2 of them actually. You get to see them later on, but it's difficult to hit it. But at the same time, it phases out of reality and goes somewhere else. But I guess it's some sort of radio thing, like a radio wave type of zombie, as it glitches out your map and glitches out the prepper can't talk to you, and also the prep pad doesn't work, so you can't use anything to scan anything. All you have to do is thing. Really, it's not difficult. As you can see, it just starts hitting you a bit, and it's not like the red zombie. Red zombie hits you, and then you're dead. You're dead basically, as it's a lot more powerful than the basic zombie. In survival mode, it'll kill you right away, but in thingy, I think it puts your health to halfway when you're fighting the zombie, the red one. But let's say another unique zombie, and then you kill it, and then this happens when you try to.
Ah, there you are. Right, that was definitely not the storm. Take a closer look for me.
as you try to. After killing all that zombie, there are horde approaches, and you have to run out of the nursery as hordes of zombies come after you near the entrance and near the way. You just have to run out of the building and have to deal with the horde inside and outside. So dealing with the horde, you get you use your prep pad to scan the door. So when you're going out, remember that door the prepper says do it yourself. He realizes that he has to do it to save you. As although he's a bit of a he's a bit mean, like if you don't do what he says. So, but he still wants to. Well, he still cares about you in a way, as he doesn't want you to die, basically, and he just tries to help you. But then while he's doing the coding, he says things. But the most interesting thing, it takes a lot longer. Like the other ones are only a couple of minutes, and that's it. But it takes a bit longer, and he complains to you that you took Rickram's deal, which I think is utter bogus because shit. It's a bit funny because if you think about it, generally you can't, like, he says, you can knock over the thing, you can't knock over the wall to get near there to kill Rickram. There's no, in the game, there's no NPCs that you can kill in the game. There are some NPCs that are bad, there's some NPCs that are like good, but generally you can't kill any NPC. It's only the zombies that you can kill. You can't shoot them or nothing. There's nothing about it. You could try shooting a gun, but the wall of the gate with Rickman's place is that you can't shoot through the gate at all, even if it's a shotgun or anything like that. You can't shoot the guy, no matter what you're doing. Like if you take out your gun, like that, it doesn't work at all. So you can't go over the gate, but he complains to you that since you took his deal, you have to. It's fuel. You have to get it for the safer. He wants it because they really also he's using the stuff because he's there, but it's like you're helping him out, and he complains to you. But although there's no other way to complete this, I mean, if he was in your shoes, like, wouldn't he do the same? As basically there's no other way to do it, and he complains that because you have stupid ideas, that it's your fault. But how's it your fault when generally you're sitting there surviving? He helps you, and then you're able to get through the door and get to the way that you have to go to Rec Room. But it's just so annoying, like the way that he thinks it's your fault, but at the same time it's his fault. Like number one, he could have activated the door right away. And number two, I'm not saying it's like the writing of it. I'm just saying him because it's the game. It's annoying because it's the character, not because it's the writers or anything, or Ubisoft doing its thing. It's annoying because it's the character. Because I like the character. That's the thing. The Prepper is a good character in the game. He's one of those games that it's one of those characters that in the game. Like I'm not going to say known character or nothing like that, or the best character. I'm saying he's a good character for the game because the game's not. I wouldn't say bad, but it's also not good. It's one of those things where the game's half and half. But he's an alright character in the game when you actually play the game. He's a character when you play it. It gives the game its story and like that, and he kind of plays the top. He's like your character, but he talks. That's the thing. But the different thing is that when he's like doing it, it's like I like it because it's the character of the Prepper. The Prepper is annoying, but he's good at the same time. He tells you in your ear that you're doing it wrong, or you're doing it not this way. But the other way is that it's kind of like. The thing is that he wants to be this character, which is like if you're thinking about Walking Dead character, he wants to be this Rick character where he's a leader, and he takes control and like that because that's what he kind of wants to be as the Prepper.
as he wants to prepare people and for it, and he wants people as he's able to thing. But I believe the reason when you play it, I'll say later on what I feel like the prepper, although he's a character later on, what happens in the story, and I'll say later on after you reveals and like and all that stuff. But later on, I feel like he needs you in a way that it's not about thingy. He's safe. That's the thing. I believe the prepper is safe and sound. He doesn't need to go outside, or he doesn't need to do anything to to go and get stuff and like that. He's got you, but also he's probably safe and like that somewhere, and that he's able to stay as he's he says he's the prepper, and he is prepared. And like that, well, John, he's prepared and like that because he doesn't need anything else. But he needs you as the eyes because it's necessary. He can only see in some cameras, but he needs you for some reason. That's why I told you to go to Buckingham Palace. That's the thing. What saying he could have said go to an army base or something like that. Not because of Ubisoft or anything, but it's smart in a way that if you actually look at the character when he tells you to go there later on in the story, when you track back to that point. He says to go to Buckingham Palace, but there's no reason to go there. There's perfectly good supplies somewhere else. It's good for the game because, London, everything like that, and, not bad, and visit Buckingham Palace, one of the greatest places in, the UK and like that, as many people come to visit the UK just to, say the Buckingham Palace, one of the Queen and King's places and like that. But it's the thing about it is that it's smart in a way that the story tells you that it's like he needs something out of there because he can't see because as you go back, he says he doesn't have any signal down there, so he doesn't know what is going on. So he wants to know what's the deal with Buckingham Palace, what is the secrets, because he knows that it's the Queen like that, and it's the royalness and like that have secrets, because we all know that the royal family has secrets and like that, but he knows that, and that's what he wants, as the royal family knows everything about the UK government, as every choice is probably not the king chooses, but I'm guessing it's more or less that he knows what's going to happen. And although he may not say he may not have many power, he does have some power. And like that, as well as the king, he does have a lot of power as he can choose what he wills. But the thing about it is that, as you can see in the story of like the thing, the prepper doesn't know and what's going on in Buckingham Palace, and that's why you go there, as he wants to know what is happening. That's the thing. You're the eyes. You go and scan every junction box, and he knows after this that he knows everything else and like that, like Ravens of D, like that, and stuff to go. But he doesn't know what you're doing right now, as I'll tell later on after the bit. After you go through here, you get a radio message out of people asking for help.
Anyone hear me? Please help us. There are 3 of us here in St. George's Church on Brick Lane. We have food, water, even some guns, but we're trapped. Please, is there any police out there or anyone who can help? Please help us. Please.
Oh, that sounds like a trap if ever I heard one. It's rough round St. George's Way. I'd be surprised if that church
you go
has got
back
a
to
single
Rec Room,
pane of glass left by now,
that's
let
right.
alone a secure hoard of
Let's see what
food and
happens.
guns.
As the Rec Room has turned into a zombie. I'm guessing because of the wife from the cat, and that's why he needed the antibiotics as the wife was dying. But I don't know if this virus is to do with death
But don't
from the
forget
cat.
to take that fuel. You've earned it. Knowing Vikram, the petrol will be stashed somewhere secure. You have to get past whatever security he's put in place.
It's Rec Room, not Vikram. It's Vikram, not Rec Room. I keep calling him Rec Room. That's the thing. I knew I was saying it wrong. I knew it was something like that. But yeah, he ends up dying for mysterious causes. We don't know what's going on. Then you get your other upgrade, which secure locks throughout the map. You're able to open now. which is very useful for getting these letters and like that, and getting
The only thing
weapons
better than a
like shotguns and like
is a
that,
pump-action
and ammo
shotgun.
and like that.
Nice work. Now, hurry back. That generator's running on fumes. They'll probably try to blame this on the immigrants, you know, but don't fall for it. Look around.
After heading back, your character decides to go
You're
help
just
those
not listening,
girls.
are you? I've told you, you can't keep sticking your neck out for other people. You've got to look out for number one, nobody else.
Here's the dynamic duo between the player and the prepper. The prepper is more of a you first. Well, he goes me first, then you, and then he goes like then you go like no one else. Like that's what he wants. Just you and him. Safe. Gathering supplies, getting guns, weapons, become the ultimate survivor. And like that. But your character's like, no. I'm someone who saves people, and that's the difference. But after this, you go all the way down, and since you've got your scanner upgrade, you're able to open up the locked door at the far end, and you're able to go to a new area in the game. After going, this place doesn't feel right. There's always there's something different. There's a lot of good stuff here. There's a Ranger D shelter here, and it's empty. Like, I know most of them are empty, but it's more like it was near Ron Friedman's place, as that's the other one, and the other ones are empty because you kind of feel like they all were like got choppers and were gone here. But this one is different. It feels odd for some reason, as there's supplies all around. You can go in different areas and like that, and you can find stuff. There's med kits flying around, and the symbols also in the Ravens of the D places around here are white. They're not black, which, although you may think, oh, a bit of an error, it seems odd for some reason that the colour change. You're like, why is the sudden change from black to white and like that, and you're a bit fine. You may not find it around this area, but around the area you find a Ravens of D symbol which is white, not the regular colour of black, and it's just suspicious, and it just doesn't make any sense. It's just one of those things that is just, you feel uneasy around this bit, and you don't know what's going on, as the prepper is probably not going to listen to you, and you're most likely not going to get anything from him, as this area is a bit useless, but it's not the point. You just feel like it's a bit suspicious as well. That's how you feel. As you go through here, then you go for the catacombs. Not a big catacomb area, but just like a catacomb of graves of skeletons and like that, and places where people are trying to leave and like that. Just stuff like that. You find. So cutting through the catacombs, you reach a ladder where your marker is, but and then you get knocked out and stripped of your gear. It's kind of strange with the character design of like your hands and all that, because it's obviously a suit. I'm guessing it's because they think, I don't know, like your character might not have made it through, and you're playing as a different character, but he's wearing a suit here.
The show must go on.
And you've got 3 NPCs in this area who talk. You never see them, and you don't know what they look like, but a showman talks to you here as King Boris. As these were the vultures, I believe Sandra Bullock was saying, as she was talking about a group of people who hunted down the Range of D as their safe houses and like that, and getting their supplies, taking people and like that, and it's just thing. But you hear like people like that, but there's only 3 people. How do you get here? But you get the gun, and the game starts to play as you go through, and there's zombies everywhere. and you just have to survive with only the gun. No, you haven't got your cricket bat, or you haven't got anything other than the handgun. You watch out your ammo, as you can easily die from here, as if you're not ready, you'll most likely die with explosions like that throughout this part. After killing that wave of zombies, you get your reward, a second open of the gate, and more supplies of mines and flares to distract the zombies. You shoot them, or you get them able to kill themselves with the mine, like that. Killing the horde of zombies, you have frag mines, which are pretty useful in this interaction. Well, I hadn't heard of the game, but I mean, in this area, it's really good, as the SWAT team zombies are really difficult to deal with. Just watch out that it can also kill you too. And then they say that you're lasting longer than regular people, which is pretty good. It's not the hardest area, as you can see, but it is still pretty hard, as you don't have your cricket bat, and your armed with your pistol, and you have to deal with the SWAT team. After killing the last wave of zombies, the gate is open up to get your backpack, your bob, and there's a horde of zombies at the other side there, and where they think they're gonna kill you, and the zombies end up getting these vultures, killing them all. As well, they end up dying there. But after getting through the horde of zombies, you're rewarded with your bob.
Do you read me? Over. I don't know how the hell you got out of there alive, but I can help you stay that way. There's a shitload of gear past that door, but your exit is back where you came from. Don't you dare go and die on me now.
And you get ammo, and you get a new weapon here.
That's an SA-80. Must have come from an army regular, the poor bugger.
Pretty good stuff. It's pretty interesting that the character of, like, the bad guy, I guess King Boris, was probably part of the army. As you can see, he's thinking. Then you get your stuff back. But I think that dialogue is for when if your character dies, as you can die, but you spawn back at that point, and then you don't lose anything, because you're probably going to get your bob, and everything is in the bob pretty much. But basically, you can die, and you would have to restart all over the whole thing. I did that a couple of times when I was younger, when I did have the game. I had this game for, I think back in, I don't know when, I remember having the game, but I remember dying a bit when I had the Wii U. I believe I had the Wii U and like that. And then basically, as this part is a bit difficult, and thing, but going back, you have to go back to the safe house after that. But it's pretty interesting that, well, King Boris, the guy who's presenting it, was in the army, because he has an S-80, and after that, they all die as the zombies get to them, but that's your reward from doing this. And then after this, it's just going about the game now and heading back to the safe house.
Now we head back to the safe house, but we go through different areas. If you're in survival mode, you must be stressing at this moment, because you finally did this hard bit, and well, you're sitting there like, oh, finally it's over, because you might have died a couple of times, as it's pretty stressful. But it's interesting, these characters, the vultures, it's the only type of NPC which poses a threat, as a way that's frustrative, as really generally in the whole game, no one seems that way. Although Vikram has that thing of, oh, if you don't get that, that's it, I'm going to kill you because you're going to try to come in here, as he poses a gun. But he doesn't say, like, oh, thing. He just says that, oh, if you don't get it, then well, you're not getting the gas. So basically, like that. So it's not like that level. But these vultures, King Boris, basically, thing. But you may go like, wait, but there's no thing in the game that shows. I think it does, as in Sandra Bullock says, the vultures have been taken down different ways of these safe houses, as well. If you're gonna survive the thing, they have put many across the map, just so that, oh, you could be in here for a while, as they know that the end of the blighters were coming, so that the end, so they can survive until the end. But they also know that they can also get away because they have choppers and like that. I believe most of them have, but other have stayed, like Ron. I guess Ron Friedman didn't think that the neighbors downstairs were gonna have a party. But I find it interesting, these types of vultures, as they are. If you look, it has a whiter thing. You could say it's a glitch. I mean, it can be. That's a thing. But in one of the caves, before you go into the area, there's a painting of like the ravens that you see, but it's white, I guess, to form the vulture, which is interesting because I guess it's like if someone goes through surviving through a couple of days and see it, think safe haven because the ravens are nice and like that, but the prepper doesn't think they are. I'm just saying because because of the game is pretty thing, and I'm just saying at this point. I'll go to the point, but I'm just saying right now because this is a moment for going through. I like the game's pretty interesting. I will say later on after after the game's completed throughout the bit of the video. I will say later on, but the game, I like the way that the game presents different areas throughout the area. I'm not gonna praise it as the bestest game, but I'm not gonna slander it and say like, oh, different sections have different areas. I will say in a certain point like how I feel about the game, but throughout the way the vultures and like that, and I like this idea of different things in the game, the storytelling that it tells. It's just the way that the Wii U had, and like that because the game was made for the Wii U, but you can get it throughout. It's glitchy, but I will just say it just has so many points that make the game good and thing. It's like how to explain? It's like Kane and Lynch. The Kane and Lynch 2, the first one terrible, but the second one, it has different features that make the game great. That's how I feel about Zombie U or Zombie. That it has different interactions throughout the game that just make the game feel great. And I will say in the area after this and like and point out different things, but I'm just saying right now, throughout this and that vulture area, it's just so good that how the game presents itself and throughout. It's not an easy game, but also it's not a hard game. Like you can complete this game. You can complete it until you're like the last survivor, until like you're throughout different survivors, and you can complete it. It can be fun. That's how I would say it. It just has different interactions of the game that just make the game a fun game. But I will say later on like that. But I just want to make it at this point through this bit through going after the vulture, surviving for the areas and like that, and how I feel about the game at this point because I haven't said before, but I will point out later on how I really feel about the game. But I'm just saying these things like that battleground, like surviving all those zombies. I just wanted to say it's just one of those points that the missions are really good, and that's how I'll say right now. But we'll get on to the video for the thing. I'm not pausing anything. I'm just saying, we're before we get to the point of going through and the final moments of the video. I just want to say it's just one of those points in a game that just make the game pretty good, and that's it. Heading back to the safe house, the Prepper is not happy for how he feels and thinks you're not cut out to be his partner, and he'll say it here.
You disappoint me. I thought we were partners. Prepper, out.
Basically shutting himself down so that he's not gonna help you anymore. So basically he's telling you, that's it, you're on your own. And really right now, you don't need the Prepper, because you have everything. The prep pad's been upgraded to have anything to unlock doors, to unlock areas, thing.
Keep an eye on corpses. Nothing is really dead until you've blown its head off, understand?
And you can go through computers and like that. You don't need the Prepper anymore. You can do it yourself, as your character has all these upgrades, guns, weapons. You don't need them anymore. And basically, he's sitting there saying like, oh, well, you done this way. You betrayed me. How dare you? And like that. And he's like, that's it. I'm cutting you off. I'm gone. He doesn't need you, and you don't need him. But in the interactions, that thing, you both could survive a lot easier with together. But he's like, nope. Just because the area. Now you're wondering what you have to do. Now you have to go throughout the map, and different map areas will tell you the Rains of D letters of these letters that the doctor needs to get a cure and what he needs. I won't tell you the locations because that'll take a lot of time in the video. I just will tell you to the point of the doctor interaction. But just know there's different guides if you really needed help with this, and I can say different areas, but if you just have to backtrack and like that, but you'll get most of the upgrades to open up areas that you need. They're not like tough areas or locked or like that to get past, but you'll be able to get through this all fine. So you don't need things. So you're finding that wise. I'm not gonna say thing, but you're alright now. You can just go through all the interactions and get them back. I'm just explaining it right now because I will say it on, but to get the layers of deals, you just have to go through the map and like that to get different actions to get them. But you can also find them on your CCTV map, and when you look at that, you're able to see where Rains of D letter is, and you're able to go backtrack and find it. But you're finding that wise. Just the game's not hard in finding thing. But just to know that if you're really stuck, there's different guides that you can find to help you with that. And I'm just saying, but I'm not gonna go through all of the Rains of these letters. I'm just saying that right now. But that's it. All the letters, you head back to the doctor to give him every letter, 7 of letters of D to the doctor that he needs to create a cure.
Is that? It is all 7 of D's letters with the panacea code. I can't thank you enough. Now I can begin work on the panacea. I'm sure I'll have it whipped up in no time. Thank you so much.
As you can hear in his voice, he's not sounding good. Like you can hear that the virus is taking a toll on him. As he's able to make a little subdue to make sure that he's alright for at least another couple of hours more. As the game takes a span of just a couple of a day, I guess, and the thing, but the virus has been taking a lot longer. I'm guessing a couple of months, about 3 months or 6 months or so. But basically, you're able to find. Now you head back to the safe house and having a sleep, and then waking up, the doctor is able to ask for your help. After heading back,
Christ, you have me worried being gone for so long. What the hell were you doing in there?
after heading back, the Pepper's running where
Oh,
you
thank
were.
goodness. I have good news. The panacea is almost finished. The bad news is it's a vaccine, not a cure. You must come quickly. Meet me at the entrance to the royal quarters. what you've been going back for? Working with a bloody lab coat behind my back? How dare you? After all I've warned you about trusting scientists. They started this mess, mucking about with viruses, playing God. One big experiment in the petri dish of life. And what did that quack sell you? A couple of aspirin? There is no cure, no panacea. Do you really think some lab coat could create a cure? And meanwhile, the safe house is vulnerable! You disappoint me. I thought we were partners. Prepper, out.
The prepper gets hurt. He still cares about you, so that he knows that you're not gonna be, well, badly affected. But at the same time, he's, as you hear him, he's a bit gone crazy a bit, as he doesn't trust the government at all or anything together. As you hear, he was locked up in some sort of prison before this, and after this has happened, he's gone a bit, well, thing, as he keeps seeing Prepper out, but he does care. That's the thing about your character, the survivor. But as right now, he thinks he's disappointed in you. How could you do this to him? But it's just the thing of him being, he's just too set in his priorities. He doesn't trust scientists. He doesn't trust the Ravens of D anymore. He doesn't trust helping people. He just only trusts that he just looks after you, as you can tell, and just wants to make you safe. As he's found someone who hasn't met any of these people, and he's like, that's it, you're a good person, you know what you're doing, like that, you're surviving with me, I can teach you things and like that to make you survive. But that's the thing, he believes he's some sort of person that can do something to help many people survive this plague, and like that, only preparing, surviving is the way of the prepper. After heading back to the Parcia, you realise the doctor isn't here anymore. And when he said he went to the Royal Palace, I think he had security clearance. You need to use his eye. And later on, I think he knew that he wasn't going to make it. So he just was like, yeah, kill me and just use my eye. I think he knew he wasn't going to make it, as he tells you back then, that you're able to use a security clearance, as he has a security clearance that you can use as well. But as he's gone, he's no longer alive anymore. So going up the elevator throughout, you realise daytime has happened, so a new day has appeared, and the game and more zombies have appeared throughout the palace. You go through a different area and go up the stairs that are round about with the fire. The fire is cleared now, but if you go up there, through the fire, and then through upstairs, you realise there's two of these unique phase zombies, and basically it's like a small wee boss fight that you have to do, as you have to kill both of them. But the thing is that they're not really that difficult. They're not really that difficult to hurt you. They hurt you. I mean, it doesn't really affect you that much when thing. The only problem is that there's just like when you're trying to kill them, it takes about a bit of time to kill them, as you have to go back and start hitting them again and again and again and again, then they end up dying. But that's why I just had to point out. It's just a small little boss fight that just appears that both of them are there. There's two of them. Like, as you only see 3 of them throughout the game, and here they are. They're just one at school and 2 here that you just have to kill. After killing those 2 zombies, you have to go through here where the doctor is, and like I said, he has turned into a zombie. It's quite sad, as he's like the only physical NPC. Well, not really, there was Victim, but he was the second visible NPC that you meet, and there's your teammate, your friend who helps you, like the prepper. What is he has someone who helps you along the way to survive throughout and gives you advice on where to go and like that, and how to get the second pages and helps you to find the cure. But as he is turned into brighter and is trying to kill you. After you get his eye, you get the clearance to able to go downstairs to get the to go for the clearance to go underground where the secrets of the palace basically. I was about to say, yeah, the government palace and like that. They're able to go through just basically all the secrets that they know, and basically the cure as it's hidden away throughout the thing because they were, you know, about the queen, the royal family, that stuff like that. I don't know, and the conspiracies know about this and that they knew a cure and like that. That's basically how I explain it. And like that, they're going downstairs. But after this, getting the doctor's eye, you have to go downstairs. There's something I forgot to say. This is the last interaction you have with the game. So things that you haven't done before. I forgot to say when going up the elevator. It would say if there's anything else you have to do beforehand, you should do it now. As when you do this mission, there's no going back. You're basically things. So getting cans or like that, cola or medkits, ammo, weapons, anything like that. It's your last interaction to get it, or well, you're not gonna. Then you're not able to do it until you restart the whole game, basically. But yeah. But also down here is I think another hardest bit of the game in survival mode. If you're not lucky, you'll die. You'll die here, and as there's different areas, the water can get you. There's explosive zombies, different things. There's like the red hot. There's zombies everywhere, and like that down here. So if you're not prepared enough, or if you haven't got much guns, or you haven't got your weapons out, best to make sure that you're prepared for this area, or that you're able to be a bit smart here and figure out that it's going to be a bit difficult here, so watch out and be cautious on where you step and like that. Going through and unlocking the door, you find the thing that you need for the cure, which allows you to know what the doctor knows. You don't know. There's no interaction what happens of like the knowing of what really the cure is, but just that when you're able to get it, you get it. But alarm starts happening, zombies start to come in, and you have to gun them down or survive this interaction here. Alarm is happening, zombies are everywhere here. This is why it's difficult, like I said earlier, because you have to go here and survive zombies throughout here, throughout this area, as the zombies start to come around and the palace is starting to fall apart like that. The palace is breached, the security feels like someone's here, so the doors start shielding shut. You have to run, getting out of here, open doors and start run as zombies start to come everywhere, falling out of the vents and like that. You have no way out but through the area to first come in here. So the zombies, basic zombies start to come around, and you just have to escape and make sure. But you need to watch out beforehand. There's a red zombie, and if you're in survival mode, it will kill you if you're not prepared for that.
as the radio starts to pump, someone says Operation Firewall has happened, which means is that basically London has fallen and they're getting ready to.
This is the Ravens of D calling all survivors.
Getting
London
ready
is now
to
officially
explode.
a no-rescue zone, and firebombing will commence shortly. We've got time for one final chopper evac. Stock up your bobs and haul off to the Tower of London.
Like Sandra says, that there's the last getting the chopper and running to it is upon you, and that you have to. You brake to get to the chopper. You have to head back to the way that you came from, and hopefully you're able to get throughout the safe house, and you have to head back to the safe house to get prepared as it's your last. You need to get your supplies and head out.
Buckingham Palace. Is it true you have the panacea? That's incredible. Please come to the tower as quick as you can. The whole world needs it.
As Sandra says that she knows that you have the panacea and the cure, the vaccine basically, and that you're able to cure it and make sure that the world doesn't get infected by the blighter virus. Heading back to the safe house, the prepper is definitely not happy.
Oh, I see how it is.
He
You're all
doesn't like
bloody
this.
plotting and conspiring behind my back. The Doctor, the Ravens. You know what? Fine. Try to save yourself. Die in the fire for all I care. You're no survivor like me. None of you are. You're nothing to me. Go on. Go. Get out. You people are no better than the plague.
The prepper.
I gave you shelter, weapons, equipment. I taught you how to survive. You'd be dead without me. And this is how you repay me. You needed me. Oh, you're all grown up now, strutting off on wild goose chases all by yourself, sticking your neck out. But just remember where I found you.
This is where the
I should
prepper.
have let the safe house burn, just like the whole of London will. Just like John Dee foretold. No bloody gratitude. That's the problem with people like you. You just take like a selfish child. It's no wonder the country's gone to the dogs, is it? Well, don't you worry, because I'll have the last laugh. I will outlive you all. I thought we were partners. I trusted you, gave you skills and knowledge. I should fucking kill you myself. Get the hell out of my safe house!
As you hear the prepper tell you thingy, you actually hear his physical voice, not on the radio, but on the safe house, as he's in the safe house all along. Because basically you could hear it in his voice.
This is Sandra from the Ravens of D. I don't know if you're the same survivor I met at the Tower of London, but this is the same frequency, and I promised I'd be back. Whoever you are, please get to the tower as fast as you can. We're evacuating ASAP.
As you hear in the prepper now, no matter what you did beforehand, as peeved the hell out of the prepper, he's gone way mad, out of control, and way angrier, and tells you to get the hell out of his place, his safe house that he made, and the way that he taught you to survive, and basically like that, and tells you to go out the hell at my place, and gets really angry at you because it feels like you have abandoned him. But genuinely, he could have followed you too, as he could have helped you, but it feels like that you owe him because he saved you, that you should stay with him as well. But he gets angry because you're leaving him like that. I didn't get this because he should have been angry before and said that away, but I don't know. It's just the way that he is. He's just really angry right now, as that he's felt like you've betrayed him, as you go ahead and done this, but really you've not really betrayed him. I don't get why he's so angry. It's just something to do with the prison. Something to do with the prison that he was in that made him this way. But then after this, you get this cutscene after a bit. I'll show you. It'll pop up in a bit. You get this cutscene no matter what mode you play in, chicken mode. This will pop up. It'll pop up your achievement to say that you've succeeded, but it shows you that the prepper has been with you this whole entire time and hasn't actually proper talked to you, like physically, but has really just meant just a voice on the radio, and you see that he's a veteran because he served in the military. He said before. But you know that he's part of the military, as he's a serviceman. This area shows you that a new survivor has popped up, and
This is the...
It's a new survivor throughout it, but the game isn't over yet, as you have to evac. This is the last area, like the Tower of London scene. Sandra has told you to go, and Sandra's the only one.
I don't know if that's you, but you're on the same frequency, so hurry to the tower. We'll wait as long as we can. Now run!
The only one that will have your back
Get
from now
moving,
on,
there's no time
as
to
the
wait.
prepper
We're on our way.
doesn't trust you anymore and has probably lost the frequency now, but something's different now, as this is the last interaction you have to leave.
These guns are on the roof. I'll light the way. Don't stop and don't look back.
As the military goes, you see the chopper spots you, as it's you going, and you're going, but it's just this whole area is like before, but it's a lot more cooler. As you see the fire, it starts to come, as it's the Tower of London. It's daytime, and you have to just survive with the supplies that you have. With this amazing soundtrack that it has, like 28 days later, pops in. Heading back to the same way that you have to survive the waves of zombies just like before, but with an intention of actually escaping. No longer birds in your face, fire erupts, and you surviving throughout the map, and just having to survive again, but with your guns, feeling more confident throughout as you feel that you're able to escape here. You can die and the game will still end in the same way, as it really just ends when after you escape here to the Tower of London, but really if you die now, a cutscene pops up and it just ends just like that. But there you go, finally escaping the horrors of the plague, of the zombie, the blighted virus. Finally escaping to somewhere of civilization, no longer surviving and worrying, just able to rest as the missiles pop down, destroying London itself. Nuclear bombs probably killing the blighters and like that. And here the
yes, so the game is completed. Now, God Save the Queen appears as the credits roll throughout the song. Now, what is there to do now? Well, if you're in the Wii U version, you have multiplayer. There's multiplayer you could play, as you have both interactions, as you have both the like the type of Boris type of man who is spawning in the zombies, basically like as someone who is just basically freeing out zombies and spawned a person who is just spawning zombies. Then you've got the survivor who is sitting there surviving, and I guess you have to survive until many rounds, and if you do, the survivor ends up surviving and he wins, or the zombies win, or the spawner wins guy who wins like that. And then after that, that's it. And then what else? You have leaderboards. So throughout playing the game and speedrunning to have the world record and all like that, just a speed run and throughout the game as you have different levels of speedrunning as you put as you have three modes of playing. You have chicken mode, normal mode, and survival mode. Survival mode, playing it is pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie, I've died multiple times playing it and trying to beat survival mode. I have not succeeded throughout doing survival mode, and I've come close, very close, until little itty bitty things have happened, and it's really annoying. That's what survival mode gets to you, as after completing all of those modes, you you win, but at the same time, it's difficult. That's what the game is good. And then you've got chicken mode, which just basically is it's just basically a lot more easier, as when you get hit, you don't get hit much, and then normal mode's just a bit tougher than chicken mode. Well, completing the game. How would I say this game is? The story is really interesting with the complex. I feel like the prepper character really brings the story a lot, as he has many emotions, but you can get the game a bit buggy, as with him, Sandra Bullock, and well, the doctor, basically after the main character's dead. Same with the in the Vulture earlier with the King Boris bit. It is, as you can see, your character's different. When you die, it's just like when they talk to you again, it's just like, oh, to for like you go like, oh wait a second, well that doesn't make any sense because they have got a new character. It's to bring on the feeling that all a new character has appeared and has become the new survivor of the zombie U. It is a bit broken, but it is pretty interesting when they say like, "Oh, hello, I don't know if you're the same character that we met, but let's go." Like Sandra said that, "Oh, I don't know if you're the same survivor," or when you get after you defeat the survival area with the vultures in King Boris bit, you get same with the prepper going, oh, I don't know if you're the same person, but if you're like this, you better get to this safe house if I don't know you. Or with when you're doing that area, you can see in the cutscene your clothes are different. It's not the same as the same character you play as the first, as the clothes are as a suit, or if you change your whole type of character, and if you're the policeman, or if you're the royal guard, it's still wearing the suit, which is a bit buggy, as you can see with that. You've got that. But what I mean with the character of the Pepper Fishes out, like you can see his emotions throughout being, and like Sandra, as his real name is John, as you find it with the Sandra and everything. I found that really interesting to figure out. And as you said later on, my John was put in a hospital. I think a prison or a mental hospital, wherever it changed the prepper to become the prepper, in which he prepared many of the rounds of D of this and like that. But the his views of the Realms of D have twisted throughout the game, and basically talks really bad smack about them, tells them off, and basically like that. And I guess Sandra and um, the prepper just didn't trust anyone at all, and has become only if you don't. And I guess it just was a team thing, and that the prepper was like, no, I'm the leader here, and was kicked out because he was probably putting views that someone was like, no, because the plague is about to hit us, we should do this, we should just get out of the country. And the prepper was like, no, we better survive this, and we can do this and survive everything about this, like that, and we're able to do this, and like that, and no one listened to him, and like that. But after the prison, like throughout, you probably wouldn't mind that, but throughout the prison and what happened to John, the prepper, he changed his mind, as you know that he's a veteran. He was an army vet, and he is as he's very smart, as he says at the start of the game. After you get out and you're able to get a CCTV, it says that, oh, I was part of the army, and that it's quite easy and like that to open up the junction boxes. He's an interesting character, and look at, because he has comedy mechanics, but he is very serious when you don't listen to him, or if you don't see his views like that, and he gets really annoyed if you don't follow his lead. And like, if you go off the Ravens of D, really, I didn't get why he was so calm in the first interaction of you going with the Ravens of D with the Tower of London, the first area of surviving it and try to get in the plane, but try and get into the helicopter, but the crows destroyed it. He was so calm about it, and he was like, "Oh, like, I'm so sorry that happened to you," but but he's like, "Oh, little Gucci, good," like that. Basically, it's saying like, "Oh, look at you, oh, like, it's okay, we'll do this," and then after that, I found that interesting because I feel like the game at that point, I think it just was a bit fast after that, and after that, you've only got the vulture bit, and after that, it's just basically the end of the game throughout. But I know I'm skipping through what I'm saying about the prepper, but I found that interesting. I felt like I think the game was rushed a lot, as there's different interactions, because if you go into the workbench, not the workbench, but if you go in your inventory, it also says stuff like scopes. I think you could have actually put stuff on your weapons, because it says no suppressor, or it says no scope or scope, because you different weapons. I think we're supposed to have that, and I think you could have put any weapon you had with a scope or a suppressor, except from the crossbow, or like that, or even the double barrel shotgun, because you can't put a suppressor on a double barrel shotgun at all throughout. But it's interesting, things like that. I feel like things were really cut and like that, and it just is interesting as for a Ubisoft game throughout as well. Throughout many of its games, it is open world. Throughout, the only games that weren't probably open world were games like the very first, not the very first, the PSP version of Assassin's Creed wasn't open world, as you've got only a couple of missions and then that's the game finished. The game does have an open world feel, as it is open world as the game is, but that's just it. It's not too big throughout, and I think they were planning to add so much more to the game, but were probably cut back, as throughout this, the Wii U just announced, and that was the first Wii U proper game, was Zombie U, as you may as well, everyone who got the Wii U would have got a copy of Zombie U throughout the case. The game is pretty good. I would give it that. But at the same time, I'm not gonna praise it as the best game. Like I said, like the title says, the game not bad game, but not the bestest game. Like my title says, that's how I feel about Zombie U. It is a good game, but it's not the best game. as has many drawbacks throughout the game. As well, different things of the Ubisoft lately, like saying that, oh, if you buy a Ubisoft game, you're not good luck having it because it's soon you're not going to have it. But not it's not to draw back. Like I said, it is a good game. For as a praise of writers, I feel like it's not the writers' thing. As I say, it's the characters. How I feel about the characters and like that. And like I said, the characters are done really well. But to me, it's not Ubisoft at all. It's the game as the different action, and I feel like the drawbacks that were cut were because of the announcement of the Wii U and everything come together. As this was also came out, the Wii U also came out, and that just was when the PS3 and Xbox 360 was dying, and well, the PS4 and Xbox One were just coming out after that. The Wii U didn't have. I'm not gonna have the full interaction of the Wii U and like that, but I'm just saying it just had a lot of cutbacks as because I do know that the Wii U after that was smaller because the new consoles were coming out and it just was announced probably at a point that this was coming out throughout, and it was, I think the Wii U was supposed to be that the Wii was good, but the Wii U was supposed to come out, I believe, I'm pretty sure a wee while back. Not what I'm saying is that the Wii U was supposed to come out beforehand and wasn't supposed to have this Xbox One and PS4, as the limitations were like the PS3 and Xbox 360. That's how I think the Wii U is kinda like that, where it's like it's like it had a lot of limitations. That's the problem of the game of Zombie 2, is that it has so much limitations to it that when it was ported over to the Xbox One and PS4 and PC, the graphics on it is not good at all. Like, like I'm not gonna like because I mean it's probably a lot better than I mean Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3. I mean, I will give it praise on that as there's different games. Like I said, Fallout 3 and New Vegas don't look bad, but I would give it a lot more praise than that it does look better than that. The Wii U version doesn't look the bestest than compared to the PS4 or PC. But like I said, it has a lot of glitches to the game as well. That in the game you're playing the game, it has so much glitches that it is that wise of it. But it doesn't look good as it has it. But like I said, it had I believe, a lot of cutbacks it had to do as for the Wii U was coming out, and it was promptly a first Wii U game, and that it didn't came out to PS4 or Xbox One until later on in development after in 2015. That's when it came out. Like I said, but why I praise this game as good but not the best as because the pricing is still probably £15 or probably £10 for the game if you get sales, and I think it's only like that. But also when you're playing the PC version, you can't play it. You have to turn off your internet throughout to play it because the Ubisoft store isn't working basically throughout, and you're not gonna be able to play it, which is just one of those things that's just like that. Just why did that have to happen like that? But it's just one of those things. But like I said, don't think it's the game's actual problem. It's mostly Ubisoft like that. But you could probably mod the game to look a lot better for it in the PC version on Steam and like that. You could probably make it look a lot more better throughout. But at the same time, it shouldn't be a modder's thing. But like I said, it's just that thing
where I feel like it's no one's fault, but at the same time, it's just the thing where it's a good game, but like I said, it's not the bestest game. That's how I feel. I feel like it's Kane and Lynch, but I feel it's a lot more better than that way of Kane and Lynch. As Kane and Lynch 2, it's a good game, but also it's a worst but good game. That's what Kane and Lynch is, and that's how I feel. Like I said, it's not the worst game. Um, it's not the worst game, Zombie U, but I wouldn't praise it as the bestest game. Like I said, I feel like it did change a lot of ways, and it did have a great premise. Like I said beforehand, it has a great premise in the game, as it's to set in London, and you all know that London 28 days later, that premise of the game, and like I said, it has a great thing with its theme feeling similar to to 28 days later, and like that, and the game just having that great score. I feel a lot of like nostalgia sometimes when I do play it, because sometimes I would just download it again and then play it and then able to go, oh, good stuff, good game, and like and then after that just be done with it. But that's the drawback I feel like Zombie has, is that just after it's complete, there's only small limitations you can do, and then that's it. That's the game basically, and that's how I feel when playing Zombie. Like I said, I wouldn't go sit there go, oh, go play it now. Go buy it. Come on, Sonny Jim. Go ahead, boy. Go ahead, boy. You'll go get it and play it. There you go. I wouldn't feel that way when telling someone. I would say if you're gonna play it just right now, I would suggest I just I would say like go ahead and buy another. I would say like just if how I would just suggest the game. I recommend going play it, but I would recommend waiting until a deal has happened on it, because you can get other games for its price that are can be a lot better. Like you can get Fallout New Vegas for that price, and you can have a lot more experience, I feel, of it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not praising it down of the game, but like I said, it's not the best game, but it's not a bad game. It's good. It's a good game, and that's how I'd praise it. How I I would express it on a 10 out of 10 rating. I would put it as a 6.9 rating of a game. That's how I would praise the game, of it being a 6.9 rating, as it's fun. It's hard. It's hard like that. I'm not gonna say it's hard as playing Bloodborne, but it's still a hard game as you play it on survival mode. As when you die, you die. You're not gonna get to that point of getting your stuff again. Like it's hard. It's a hard game and playing it, and also it's. I still would review it as a bit of a horror game, as you would get jump scared no matter how you play it. If you've not played this game at all, you're gonna get jump scared when you play the game, and you feel stressed when you feel the game. The only way I would feel safe in the game is when you're at the safe house. That's the only time I feel safe while playing the game. Not meaning like, oh, like look around in real life and feel like, oh, I'm stressed at my mind and like that. Like not that wise, but I feel stressed in a way that when I'm playing the game in the game, I think the zombie is gonna come after me. And when you're looking in your inventory, well, if you're looking at the pad or you're in the controller, you're still the game isn't paused, so zombies can come up and hit you, and like that. But if you need like your supplies and like that, you need med kits and like that, it's still like that. Like it's the analyzation of this game is a great game and like that, and like that. But like I said, it's not the bestest game, and I revere it as a good game. That's how I'd feel. The game is good. It just has many mechanics that I feel like many games don't have. Like it's very rare because it's set in London,
You have other games that are set in London, like Assassin's Creed Syndicate is set in London. You have many other games that are set in London. I don't know so many games. Like you've got the new Fallout London that's come out, which it isn't a game, but it's still at the same time, it is new and it's in London, and well, it's good. I've heard a lot of praise about Fallout London. I'm like, yeah, that's why I feel like it's so unique, this game. I'm like, yeah, but it's good. That's why I would say, like, when it's on a deal, would recommend buying this. I would recommend checking this out, and if you've and just checking the whole story. Like I said, I haven't gone through the whole story. There are still things I haven't cut back. Like there's newspapers, there's these letters still there, and like I cut down the video to make sure that I like when going for this that I'm not too long. This is probably a 2 hour long video and throughout this game, and thank you for watching this video, and like that, please like and subscribe, and you've watched probably a 2 hour long video. I recommend going ahead and touching grass or just going outside or after this drinking something or probably heading to sleep if this is nighttime or just doing anything else. But after watching this bit, please like and subscribe, and hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, much love. But please check this out. Check out this little bit at the end.
Do you read me? Oh. That bloody punk's making enough noise to raise the dead. Anyone else survived? Okay, maybe not everyone knows about these prophecies, but to be so blind when Armageddon is in your face, I despair.
Don't just stand there, move! You're sitting...
Boy, be quick and use those antibiotics. Don't forget your key. Nice day to die. Night, little sucker.
Working as fast as I can. You're the one who said yes to Vikram's dry idea, remember?
I'll figure something out and contact you again, okay? I swear on the seal of God. Police out there or tower bombing will commence shortly. We've got time for one final chopper evac. Stock up your bombs and haul on to the Tower of London.